going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. Y'all are in the building this morning. Please drop a one in the chat. Please drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if y'all can hear me out there so we can get right into this morning show. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, I see some ones. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna do this show off camera today. A little bit under the weather. So we're gonna do this show off camera today, y'all. But good morning to everyone. Shout out to everyone in the building. Let's see who's in the building. Let's shout everyone out. And then we're gonna get to the show. But I need you guys answer the poll on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the share button. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Like I said, I'm a little under the weather, so we're going to do this show off camera. But shout out to y'all. Let's see who's in the building. Let's shout everyone out. And then we're going to get to the show because we got to talk about this, y'all. If y'all hear me sipping throughout the show, it's because I'm sipping tea. Hibiscus tea. Shout out to my man Mark in the building. Peace, Mark. Good to see you, bro. Good morning. Shout out to Mark McJoy on the pull-up. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Salute to you, my brother. He says, I will be working and listening. Salute. Shout out to my man Astro on the pull-up. Salute, Astro. Salute, my brother. Shout out to my comrade Po Boy Films in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Salute. Shout out to Scorpio Mama in the building. Good morning, Scorpio. Shout out to you. We got one lovely lady mod in the building. Good to see you, Scorpio. Shout out to my man Third in the building. What up, Third? Salute, bro. Hey, New York Nikki. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki in the building. Good morning to you. We got two lovely lady mods in here today. Good to see you, Miss New York Nikki. I appreciate you. Always coming through and holding it down. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki in the building. Shout out to Self University on the pull-up. Salute. Salute, Self. Shout out to my man Club in the building. What up, Club? Salute. I'm a little under the weather, Scorpio. A little under the weather. Appreciate that, Astral. Appreciate that. Shout out to my man T Church in the building. What up, T Church? Salute, fam. Salute. How you doing, Monica? Shout out to Monica Morales in the building. Good to see you. Good morning, Tanja. Shout out to Miss Tanja in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. I appreciate you, Tanja. Yeah, man. I'll be all right, bro. Salute to you. Shout out to everyone that's in the building, man. Shout out to everyone that's coming through. Make sure y'all answer the poll on the way in. Answer the poll on the way in. Y'all answer the poll on the way in, y'all. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. But before we get into the title, I need you guys to support the show with a like and a share. I need you guys to support the show with a like and a share. If you would like to financially support the show, the super chat is open. Also, you can support via PayPal or Venmo. That is how you support the show financially. If you would like to financially support the show, that is the way that you can. Okay. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone who has supported, who has been supporting. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone who has supported the student tuition fund and who continues to support the student tuition fund. Is very much appreciated. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see the show, man. Why Kelly Price's rant could be the wake up call that Black women need. See, if y'all know me, if y'all been around for a little while, a couple of years, y'all know that I was in the Black manosphere. And in the Black manosphere is where the gender war was basically turned into a narrative. The gender war narrative was created in the manosphere. The manosphere. And toward the ending of my tenure in the manosphere, which was fairly short, probably about 2 years, right? I was trying to give brothers a solution to the gender war, right? And one of the solutions that I came up with was to stop talking about women. I was one of the guys in this space who proposed the way to stop this gender war amongst Black men and Black women, amongst men and women in general, because there also was a gender war in the commercial manosphere, or what they like to call the white manosphere. They had a gender war as well. White men were at war with their wives as well, with their girlfriends as well. Okay? So let's make that clear. Let's not make it seem like it's a Black issue, because it's not. It's an issue between men and women. But I told men, I said the way that we can solve this problem without even going to war is to go silent. Go cold. I said, if us men as content creators stop taking our time, stop using our effort and our expertise as men to get on these platforms and to go at women, talk about women, have all these conversations about women, make all these narratives up about women. I said, why don't we stop talking about them, period, and just focus on men? I proposed this to the space years ago, that we stop talking about women. I said, because if this is for the upliftment of men, why are we talking about women? We don't have to talk about women to empower us as men. We don't have to do this. I proposed this to the space years ago. I said, you want to stop this war? This all we have to do. Ignore them. Ignore them. Every time they get to responding and want to review this and review that and react to this and react to that, ignore them. Ignore them. Ignore them. And the more we ignore them, brothers, they'll cease to exist. They'll cease to exist. They'll begin to rethink their strategy. But the men didn't listen. The men were actually opposed to that. Right. And I specifically told men to do this because look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. Now we're at the breaking point. See, if we would have just shut down, shut up, stop arguing, stop trying to make narratives, stop trying to get them to see what's wrong. If we would have stopped that a long time ago, what Kelly Price is saying about black women and telling black women will resonate a lot more. But see, it's not resonating as much with black women because they still can revert back to black men saying this about them. You see? You see, brothers, we got to stop giving them a way out. We got to let them figure it out on their own. This is what I was telling the space. Let them fix them. But this is something that men don't want to do. This is why men rather talk about women than talk about men. And this is why Kelly Price's message is going to fly under the radar. She's going to be disrespected by more black women. And there's going to be a lot of black women who's not going to defend Kelly Price. They're going to sit back and watch that black woman get disrespected by other black women. Because, see, this is an exposure of what goes on in the sisterhood. You see, Kelly Price is talking about what black girls go through with other black girls. You know how you black women like to get on the internet and talk about, oh, you black men only come together to attack black women. Oh, but Kelly Price is exposing that that's what black women do too. And not only do y'all come together to hurt black men, y'all also come together to destroy other black women. See, we want to do all this talking, fellas, instead of letting life. See, fellas, sometime we got to know when to step back and let life. See, as men, we don't control life. We don't dictate everything and how things go. So a lot of times we step in, not even realizing that we stepping in the line of fire. We stepping in the line of fire. We don't even know that. We don't even know it. And it's because we're not allowing life to life. And this is what I was warning brothers. Stop getting in the way and let life for them. Stop getting on here trying to philosophize what these women are going through. Talk about men. Let's talk about us. They could talk about them. They got enough women that could talk about their own shit. And if they choose to not talk about it, then that's on them. Because look at where we are now. Now you're having black women come out and say how black women treat each other. See, brothers, we don't have to talk about it no more. We don't have to make 70 hours worth of live streams and content thinking you teaching somebody something. You ain't teaching nobody nothing. What you sitting here badgering women? That didn't help nothing, nor did it help men. This is why I told the men in the space at that time to stop doing it, because it wasn't helping nothing. Because I understand the statement of the same things make you laugh or make you cry. So why it's funny now, why you think you getting over now, you're going to have to pay later. You see? So this is what I was telling men. Let this stuff go because it's going to naturally happen. It's going to come out. We don't have to force it out. We don't have to, force it out of them. We don't have to get them on panels and get the badgering them and get the screaming at them. We don't need to do all that. These are grown ass women who know exactly what's going on, who knows exactly what they're doing. Fellas, let's fall back and focus on our healing. Let's focus on our building. Because whatever they going through, they going to go through it and it's going to come to the light. I tried to warn brothers about this years ago. Let it come out because it will. Club says they are also going to use her past reputation against her. Exactly. Which is irrelevant. Third says women were already in this space, supporting this space and modding for this space. However, they brought in more women and the wrong type of women. They brought in women opportunists and finesses. Exactly. AKA, third, they brought in their homegirls. They brought in their homegirls. That's all they did. They said, oh, we found a whole sector of suckers. Come on, ladies. These niggas gonna buy us drinks. That's all they did. I don't even really look at it as, I wouldn't even say, and this is just my opinion, third. These women not finesses, they women. They women. They found the sector of suckers and crybabies, right? Because they just crying and whining for attention, right? So they said, oh, we found, ladies, come over here. We found some niggas that's gonna pay our bills for free. We found some niggas that'll buy us lunch every day. We found some niggas that'll pay our bills. We found some niggas that'll buy us drinks and all types of shit. We found some suckers to support our lifestyle online. That's all that happened. That's all that happened. When we should have been focusing on us. We should have been talking about us and having the necessary conversations that men need to have. And now we got to this point where women are starting to come out and say it. We don't have to say it no more. Because I can't stand a man who want to talk for a woman. I can't stand that shit. I don't even like a man who speaks for his wife. Let your wife speak for herself. She's a grown-up. I hate them type of dudes. Because to me, that's a sign of weakness. You're not confident in your woman being able to stand there and fend for herself. See, we didn't have to do none of this, fellas. Because now the women are saying it. What's up, Melanin and Mine? Salute. The women are coming out and saying it. So we don't have to talk about these women's background, and we don't have to talk about that. Because now the women are coming out and saying it. Shout out to Kelly Price. Let's get to the video. Shout out to Kelly Price. Shout out to Kelly Price. Let's get to it. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Make sure y'all answer the poll on the way in. We're gonna walk this down, y'all. Let's get to it.
You are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a Black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who can ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of Black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying and you know, Lord, pray for me because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other Black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said. Black women, you are some of the most
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. She said black women are some of the most nasty and disrespectful people on the planet. This is coming from a black woman who was born on the south side of Jamaica, Queens. This is a black woman saying this about other black women. This is black women saying this, a black woman saying this about other black women. How nasty, rude, disrespectful, uncouth black women are. This is coming from another black woman who grew up like you same nasty black women. She grew up around y'all. And she's tired of it. Y'all think this is the first time black women call Kelly Price fat, call her ugly, and say all types of disparaging stuff to this woman? Other black women are doing this. Other black women are doing this. Kelly Price been a big woman her whole life. I believe she got the surgery some years ago. That's why she, you know what I'm saying? So fellas, we don't need to talk about it no more. Because now there's black women on the job echoing the same sentiments we were saying years ago. How a degree don't make you a good woman. How a degree don't make you a respectful woman. How it don't make you a decent person. How you still could be a horrible woman with a degree. A horrible woman with a good job. See, we don't have to say this no more, fellas. The women are saying it for us. You see? We don't have to say it no more. Good morning, Lynette. How you doing? Third says you can tell she's fed up and had enough. Absolutely. She's tired of being bullied by black women. She grew up a fat girl. You know she was being bullied by black women. Black women will bully her. Black women will bully her. You can tell she used to get bullied. And this happens to a lot of black women by other black women. But they come online and try to team up with those same black women who was bullying them in real life. This is what they do. They go and try to fit in with women that they know they don't fit in with in real life. So they come online and try to join these crews to get acceptance, knowing in real life you're ugly to them. Knowing in real life you're doofy to them. You're not pretty enough. Your hair's not long enough. You're not exotic enough. You're too dark. You weigh too much. Your butt is too big. Your feet is too big. Let's talk. See, we don't have to talk about this no more, fellas, because now the sisterhood is eating itself. Shout out to my brother Ed for that series. The sisterhood ain't shit. And guess who's starting to tell us that the sisterhood ain't shit? Women. Women. The women of the sisterhood. Them same girls that was raised to be in that environment. Now they're starting to tell us where their trauma come from. So fellas, we could get off the internet trying to tell them where it come from. Let them say it themselves. They grown. Stop trying to speak for grown ass women. Let her speak for herself. Let them tell us the shit that they've been through and who did it. You see? Because it's gonna come out. Because it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It has no choice but to come out. Shout out to my brother Ant in the building. What up, Ant? Salute. Ant says, I was just listening to Kelly Price. I was just listening to Kelly Price interview. She cooked, fam. Oh, yeah. I already know. Anonymous says, what's up, Anonymous? Anonymous says, low value women knocking high value women because they are at the bottom, because they're bottom of the barrel picks. Jealousy is rampant. It ain't got nothing to do with low value women and high value women. Because value is based on your values. Values are not based on your accomplishments. Value is based on your values. They'll bully her because of her weight on one stance, but will praise her for her expectational singing abilities. In another instance, they don't know if they want to like her or hate her. Because this is the proof of the psychological damage of Black women. A lot of them don't like each other because a lot of them don't like themselves. So we don't, fellas, we don't have to psychologically analyze these Black women no more. Because guess what? They starting to do it themselves. They starting to call out their own shit. And I told y'all that this is what it's going to come to. I told y'all this. This is why I told y'all years ago. This is why I stopped talking about women years ago. And I strictly focused on men. See, I didn't just give the space a solution that I didn't take. I did it. I did it. Because I know that this day was going to come. I knew this day was going to come. And guess what, y'all? Kelly Price, she may have just started a trend. Because you might start seeing a lot of that occur now. You might see a lot of that occur now. And it says, damn, but I like, me too. Me too. I like women with weight on them. Lynette says, they go to Aretha Franklin talking about her weight. What's up, Brownie? She says it always does. Good morning, DS1. Good morning, Brownie. Y'all had to know they were effed up when they went to Felicia Rashad, when they went at Felicia Rashad for giving advice. Exactly. Exactly. How you doing, Regina? Good morning. Regina says, I'm so glad you cleared that low value comment. Self-love for ourselves and each day is key. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't propagate Kevin Samuels rhetoric over here, Regina. We don't use Kevin Samuels jargon. We don't do that over here. Good morning, Taylor. Shout out to Taylor in the building. There's a reason why most of my friends are Hispanic. I'll just leave that there. That's interesting, Taylor. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Bob says, thing is, a lot of people, both men and women, go through this and try to join groups to hide their insecurities. I did it as well. Hey, Bob, that was a powerful comment, bro. Because these same broken women, right? These same broken, beat down women, girls, because this is before they become women. They're broken and beat down as little girls. And then they send these little girls into sororities. They send these same broken little girls, abused girls, into sororities. They send them into sororities. And a lot of them experience more abuse at the hands of women. More type of abuse at the hands of who? Black women. Black women. Black women. The sisterhood literally became the manosphere and committed the same mistakes. When you fail to understand your enemy, you become your enemy. There you go, man. Shout out the club. Shout out the club, man. Man, listen. How you doing, Kia? Kia says, Grand Rising, everyone, miracles and blessings. Shout out to you, Kia. I appreciate you. New York Nikki says, Regina, frustrated and damaged people tend to unleash their issues onto others. That insecurity is something else. Yep. What up, Smitty? Salute, my brother. Salute. Brownie says, this is why I don't fit in to girls' groups, because I won't comply. I'm too much me. Regina says, yes, I'm a first timer. Glad I was got here. Thank you so much, Regina. I appreciate you. Shout out to Ebo on a pull-up. Salute, Ebo. Salute, fam. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. But let's go back and let's play this clip again. If y'all just coming in, we're going to play the clip again. Let y'all hear what Kelly Price had to say.
Those nasty, disrespectful people. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a Black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who can ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of Black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying and you know, Lord, pray for me because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other Black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said. Black.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Hey, Takeen, how you doing? Good morning. Good to see you. I appreciate your support. Shout out to Mr. King in the building. Shout out to my brother Ant. Appreciate you, Ant. Appreciate that super chat, fam. Ant says they have to join a group of people because of trauma, shared race/gender, or common hatred. That's a cult. If that's all you have, then you have no substance. And that's not triggering. It's just sad. Facts, Ant. Shout out to my brother Ant T. Salute, my brother. Salute. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's called trauma bonding. It's called trauma bonding. It's called trauma bonding. And Kelly Price, yes, that's Kelly Price, Ebo. I think she got gastro. I think she got the gastro ban a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Jasmine. Good to see you, Jasmine. It's been a minute. Good to see you. Shout out to you in the building. Yeah, I think she got the gastro ban, bro. That's how she lost weight. But of course, you know, she's still a BBW. She's still a BBW. Oh, you talking to Brownie, Scorpio. Taylor says, a lot of them are too cowardly to stand up on their own. That's why they click up. Women, huh? Women, huh? Takeen says, I see no wrong in what she's saying. So a lot of you black women know. A lot of you black women know. See, fellas? See why I said if we stop saying it, something could get done? See, as long as we keep talking and putting it in their face and throwing it out there and letting them know and keep putting them on like they don't know. By us doing that for the years we was doing it, fellas, it gave them an excuse to keep ignoring it. See, fellas, listen. Sometimes, right? And I said this before, sometimes we got to know when to back off of a situation. Because sometimes we can overimpose ourselves. And that's a normal mistake that a lot of men make because we so used to coming in and helping and figuring stuff out for other people that sometimes we don't realize that sometimes you got to step back and let life. Let things take its course. And that even includes with women. And this is what I was trying to explain to the space. Fellas, let's focus on the shit that plagues us. Let's stop talking about what plagued them. Let's talk about the internal issues that we deal with. The conditioning that we have to deal with. Because their stuff is their stuff that they have to work out. This is what I was telling brothers years ago. And now we're at the point where it has come to pass. Women got to work their own shit out, fellas. Black women got mommy issues too. And it ain't our job to get in between that and get to talking about it and get to do. No, let her go and fix it. Just like they'll get on these panels and tell black men, well, you need to go sit down with your mama. A lot of them women who telling you that, they still haven't went and sat with their mother. And now it's coming to the forefront, fellas, because women are calling it out. Because a lot of these women got their behavior from their mother. That's why they're rude. That's why they're nasty. That's why they're inconsiderate. And guess who just told us that? Kelly Price, a black woman that grew up on the south side of Jamaica, Queens, in New York City, grew up in the hood, who grew up with a mama like that, who grew up with an auntie like that. Nasty women, rude, disrespectful, diabolical women. Don't respect men. They don't even respect women. So you think they respect men? They grew up disrespecting their daughters. What the fuck you think about their sons? You think they respect their manhood? No. They don't even see manhood. They don't see womanhood. See, we don't have to do it no more, fellas. You know who did it? God did. we could play the DJ Khaled song now. I know God did. Oh, yes, he did. God did this. God did this. Yeah. Black men, we ain't got to put black women on notice no more. Black women just did it to them goddamn selves. They just put all black. Kelly Price just put all the black women that grew up in the ghetto, the black women that grew up. So, fellas, we ain't got to talk about Big Booty Keisha. You know who just talked about her? You know who just talked about her? Kelly Price. We don't have to talk about them archetypes and what they do, because now women are talking about it. Women are talking about how bad women are. Look how God work. See why I said we need to focus on ourselves, fellas? Look how God work. Look how God work. Shout out to my brother Ebo. Salute, Ebo. I appreciate the super chat. Ebo says, I knows the show. I knows the show ain't about this, but I will never understand why so many brothers give so much weight to weight. It can change, just like a man's income. It's too much focus on surface details. Absolutely, Ebo. Salute to you, bro. Salute. Exactly. Weight can change, just like a man's income can change. Absolutely. 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 What up, Kari? Shout out to Miss Kari D in the building. Good morning, Kari. Good to see you. Regina says the crabs in the bucket syndrome is real. Scorpio says my daughters know better. What's up, Anthony Smith? Anthony Smith says I got her back the FBA way. Just start being a better person tomorrow. No doubt, Anthony Smith. Salute. Takeen says pick-me's and mammies are manly. Men that claim they don't want manly like women speaking to women, men don't want. Takeen says, I pray to never be like my mother, but she hated me. Did never understand this until later when I learned that everything I accomplished, she never did. But I have my father and my grandmother in my life. Shout out to you, Takeen. Shout out to you. And I appreciate you for admitting that in my chat room. Y'all see what she just said? She said she found out later that her mother hated her because her mother never accomplished nothing in life. And she despised her daughter because did her daughter for that. She just, look what she said. She never understood it until later when I learned that everything I accomplished, she never did. See that? See that? See, this is a whole nother animal, fellas, that we don't know nothing about. See, we don't know what it is to be a little girl around her mama who don't like her. We don't know what that's like, fellas. So we need to stop trying to act like we do. We don't know what it is to be a little girl and for your mama to despise you. We don't know about this shit, but we getting ready to hear about it. Shout out to Kelly Price. We getting ready to hear about it. We getting ready to hear about it. Aunt says she knows you can't trust them chicks out there. I got female cousins from Queens. Never dated a chick from Queens though. Me either. They be mixing Henny and orange juice, fam. Yeah, I don't. I'm a Brooklyn cat. I never mess with Queens chicks. Never. What I was told when I was young, Queens girls will set you up. That's what I heard. You'll get out there in Queens and think it's cool, and you won't be able to get off them blocks out there. Yeah, that's a fact. But Queens girls do got some fine girls. That's a fact. But I never did the Queens thing either, bro. I had girls from Harlem, the Bronx, of course, Brooklyn. You know, I didn't even been to Staten Island, but Long Island too. But Queens, nah, I'm good. I'm good. The King says that's what changed my whole perspective in life. And I'm glad I'm the most lovable person in the world. Not to continue to be that way. I never changed for anybody. That's right, Taking. That's right. That's right. Shout out to you. That's right, Taking. That's right. Taylor says, and please don't let be involved. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a whole nother dynamic, right? That's a whole nother dynamic, right? That's a whole nother level of hatred y'all black women got to deal with from each other. Taking says, my son, I'm hard on my son because I don't want nobody hurting myself when he gets hurting himself when he gets older. I'll try to expose them to real manly ways outside of my house. He's dealing with women enough, and that's me. Absolutely, Taking. Absolutely. Absolutely. Also, my boy plays football. Now he's on the spectrum. So it's gonna take him a little minute to realize he gotta practice and play football, but he'll get there. He's gonna be a wonderful man. Absolutely. As long as you love and nurture him and don't try to emasculate him, just love and support him. That's all little boys need from their mother. Nurturing, love, and support. Don't ever emasculate him. And emasculating a boy is telling him he not supposed to cry. Stop telling little boys they not supposed to cry. Stop telling them to stop crying. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's something common that women do to little boys. That needs to stop. Because when boys stop crying, they start killing. So what you want them to do? You want to grow up, you want them to grow up to be a killer, or you want them to grow up and to embrace his humanity? Because that's how you create a killing machine. When he's told he can't feel nothing. And the black women who usually do that to boys are the ones who haven't got that love from their fathers. See, this is all trauma. This is why nobody wants to have these conversations. Nobody wants to address the conditioning of boys and the conditioning of girls. Everybody wants to act like there's some shortcut to fix this shit. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. It isn't. It isn't. Takeem says, my phone is from another country, y'all, so don't trip when it doesn't make sense. What I'm saying, because the phone English is second language on this phone. Okay. No problem, Taking. What's up, 18? I appreciate you. Ant says, I don't judge people by how they treat their enemies. I judge them by how they treat their friends. There you go. There you go. There you go. Regina says, yes, we know. I taught my 3 daughters, beautiful, educated, and highly successful adults, to stay true to themselves and uphold and uplift. No shade. And I don't join insecure and hating chicks. That's exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know about no Henny and orange juice. That's weird. Taking says Kelly Price was talking about the Princellas of the world and these men worshipers. Big booty Keishas of the world love their men no matter what his situation is. Now that's a lie, Taking. I disagree with that. Full Focus says, set you up, bless you with a shorty, then wet you up. Yep, that's that queen shit. That's that queen shit. It's not a borough issue, it's a people issue. Well, people usually adapt to their environment, Nikki. And Queens girls is grimy, shisty. Queens has always been known as the shisty borough. They will shice you out. They'll laugh with you, smile in your face, get you drunk. You be dead at the end of the night. Or going home on the J train, butt ass naked. Queens been doing that. Facts. That's what I learned. Them chicks in Queens will get you robbed. But the ones in Harlem will get you kidnapped and held for ransom. Facts. Facts. What's up, Venus? Good morning. Shout out to Venus on a pull up. A-Team says, been there. It takes a lot of learning to unlearn. Therapy and reconditioning the subconscious mind to release the hatred of a mother. Sometimes we have to leave mothers completely alone. Exactly. Exactly. That's a fact. Brownie says, Taylor, the main reason I ain't get along with girls, I ain't never want they man. Yo, y'all crazy. But that's female shit. What's up, Craigo? Shout out to King Craigo in the building. What's going on? Brownie says, growing up, I didn't think my mama ain't despised me, but I did feel like she has mental health things she was trying to work through. No doubt. At least you could be honest like that, Brownie. And see, this is what I'm trying to tell the brothers. What Kelly Price has just done, Kelly Price has just opened up a conversation that Black women need to been having for years. The conversation that Black men try to have with these Black women on the internet is the conversation Kelly Price just opened up, that Black women need to be having with each other. That Black women need to be having with each other. Instead of sitting around talking about niggas all day. Because women who sit around and talk about niggas all day, they sat around and watched their mama talk about niggas all day. They sat around and watched their aunties talk about men all day and what men ain't and what men need to do. They watch that shit. This is why they miserable now, still talking about niggas. So what Kelly Price just did, Kelly Price just softened the hearts of a lot of women to start speaking about their conditioning. Why we say the things that we say, why we do the things that we do. Kelly Price just opened that up. Kelly Price just opened that up. Shout out to Kelly Price. Brownie says, my parents are the most supportive and I'll never knock them for that. No doubt. No doubt. And that's a blessing to have supportive parents, because a lot of people don't have supportive parents. That's a blessing, man. What's up, Perfectly Imperfect? Shout out to Perfectly Imperfect in the building. Brownie says, A-Team, you have to call out that gaslighting every time. I was the oldest and called it out a lot before it even got to my siblings. Yeah, you got to call that out. Perfectly Imperfect says we can't be stopped. The King says, I'm from California. All the Keishas that I know get with the men of their lives now and they're gone. The last one passed away last month, but their husband was a drunk, always broke and in and out of jail because Big Booty Keisha is a project girl. See, when I say Big Booty Keisha to King, I'm not talking about a girl named Keisha with a big booty. I'm not talking about that. Big Booty Keisha is an archetype, right, that men created in the manosphere, which is the archetype of the project girl that live on the first floor in the projects. And she always dragging her goddamn slippers in her pajama pants with her big old booty, going to the corner store to get a cigarette in the morning. That's Big Booty Keisha. I'm not talking about the Keisha in the hood with the big booty. No, it's an archetype. I'm not talking about every woman in the hood named Keisha. Shout out to the Keishas. Shout out to Ghostface Keisha too. Shout out to her. Yeah, it's an archetype to King. Astru says Henny and OJ just had that yesterday, so I think I'm equipped to handle. Oh, you equipped to handle some Queens girls? Nah, bro, I'm good. Craigo says I lived in Queens. I was good money. I guess I knew the right players. You always do, Craigo. Come on, man. And it also depends on what side of Queens you on too. Because I lived in Queens for a while too. I lived on South Side. I actually lived across the street from 40 projects. If you know anything about that neighborhood, you know around 40 projects is nothing but houses. Yeah. When I first moved back with my dad, that's where we lived at. We lived in Queens. My freshman year in high school, I lived in Queens, but I went to school in Brooklyn. Yeah, we lived on South Side, across the street from 40 projects. So it depends on where you live at in Queens too. Because if you get you a girl from St. Albans, you know what I'm saying, you might not have to worry about getting set up. But if you over there dealing with them girls off Merrick Boulevard, Guy Brewer, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get jammed up. Southern Boulevard, the Van Wyck, like, yeah, you gonna get jammed up, homie. You gonna get jammed up. Kari says, I moved all the way across country to get away from my mother's toxicity. God damn. This is why I'm saying, fellas, this is going to open up a whole new conversation. Whole new conversation. And you know what we need to do, fellas? You know what we need to do? We need to just sit back and listen. We don't need to add nothing in. We don't need to jump on the panels to talk about it. No, we need to just sit back and listen to what's being said. That's it. What up, Kills? Kari says, yeah, I was done. See, fellas? Look, they giving it up in the chat. Takeen says, I just stay out the situation. It's not that serious. I never been done before a dude, and always these desperados that's here, and desperate women who have no idea we've been victims. Mm-hmm. Agreed. Oh, you said Oh, you're a survivor of domestic violence. Yeah, and I turn around and talk about women who almost lost their lives from the hands of a man. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I got out my situation barely. I have no reason to talk bad about a man. Shout out to you, Takeem. That's a that's that's another dynamic that a lot of black women deal with. That man, man, listen. Astru says, "Give me Cardi B when you was." You don't want no Cardi B, nigga. You don't want no Cardi B, bro. Big Keish, that's my folk though. Yeah, that's cool, but that don't mean she a good person, you know. Oh, he 8 months now, perfectly imperfect. He just turned 8 months. Castillo says, "Facts. Honor your mother and your father." That part. Yeah, you always supposed to honor your mother and your father. Doesn't mean that they do everything right, and it doesn't mean that they don't treat people bad. Don't mean that. They don't mean that. Shout out to Ant for doubling up. Ant says, "Facts. DS1. Ninjas need to stay out their business and handle their own business." Exactly. Let these women deal with their own shit. Let them deal with it. They grown, right? Let them deal with it. Let them deal with it. Let them deal with it. Stop. Fellas, get out the way. Because what you're doing is, and this is what I realized years ago that we was doing. We was blocking progress. See, fellas, sometimes we be thinking what we doing is always right because that's what we supposed to do as men. Nah, sometimes as men, you got to step back. Step back and let shit happen. Because you ain't the sole controller of life. God is. So all the stuff we've been talking about for all these years, now we know it hasn't fell on deaf ears, fellas. These women been listening. But guess what we've been doing? We've been giving them a reason to not fix it. Because we constantly throwing it in their face. We constantly telling them, "Oh, well, you this, you that. You came from this. You came from." She know all that, nigga. She know that. So now, by you telling her this, guess what she's gonna do? Well, okay. Well, if that's what I'm gonna be, well, that's what I'm gonna be. Since you think that's what I am, that's what I'm gonna be. Because guess where she get that from? She get that behavior from her mother. That rebellious spirit. I can't take correction. And since you letting me know, then guess what I'm gonna do? F you, and I'm gonna act even more stupid. See that? So all these years of us saying all this shit just made them be more rebellious, make them bang their head against the wall even more until they got tired. That's what happened. And now you got Kelly Price coming out and saying it about themselves, fellas. Now, no, now black women are tired of black women's bullshit. Now she coming out and saying they're rude, they're nasty, they're disrespectful, they're inconsiderate because they're that to us. See that, fellas? We so hell bent on what they are to us as men. We ain't stop and think, well, damn, how the fuck they treat each other? If they ain't shit to one another, what they gonna be to us? If they don't see the humanity in themselves, how they gonna see it in a man? When you're the total opposite. They don't see it in the similarities of themselves. They don't even see it in other women. How they gonna see it in you, bro? See why we should move on from this shit and talk about what ails us as men? This is why I've been focused on that. You see? Because we can't fix their problems. So why keep talking about them? Because it's going to come to a point where they going to have to talk about it themselves. It's going to come out. You can't hold shit in forever. It'll kill you. And Kelly Price is tired of it. She tired of it. Because 9 times out of 10, she been getting bullied by black women since she was a little girl. Calling her fat, calling her ugly, calling her doofy, saying her feet big. Black women was doing this to Kelly Price. And this happens to a lot of black women. But you know what they're taught to do? Go out and blame men for it. That's what they're taught to do. They're not taught to say women did it. They're taught to say, well, a man didn't protect me. Well, it wasn't a man there to stop it. That's what they're taught to do. But see, even that gets tiring because they know that that's bullshit. So now you got women like Kelly Price who are coming out and saying it. You black women are nasty to us. You're disgusting. You're the most disrespectful people on the planet. This is what came out of a black woman's mouth, not no white woman, not no Latino woman. It's coming out of the mouth of a black woman who grew up in the same element as the majority of you black women who listening. She grew up in the same shit, same poverty, same all. And now she's telling it. It was women who treated me like that. Women been treating me fucked up since I was little. We ain't got to say it no more, fellas. Women in the chat room is admitting it. Taylor just said, why you think all my friends are Spanish? She don't even hang out with black girls. She don't even hang out with black women. Good job and all. Don't hang out with black women. Don't even hang out with them. Why? Because she has traumatic stories being around them. Being around them. A-Team says, Kelly Price spoke the hard, unadulterated truth. Exactly. And I'm glad, A-Team, that it came from a woman this time. Because this is why so many women are quiet. They're not saying shit. Because if it was a man who said it, nigga, shut up. Shut up, nigga. You always talking about this. Shut up, nigga. But when a woman say it, they get quiet. They get quiet. Because what you gonna say? She lying? You gonna say she making shit up? You gonna say that don't happen? No, you can't. Because you know she telling the hard, unadulterated truth. And guess what, fellas? Women need to hear that shit from women. That's what's going to make them change. Not hearing it from men. Not hearing it from men. What's going to make them change is when they hear it from women. When a woman tell them how nasty they are. You're disgusting as a woman. I will never be around you. See, when they start hearing that shit from other women, watch how much shit change, fellas. When the women stop putting up with it and covering it up, that's when it's going to change. That's when it's going to change. That's when it's going to change. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When the women that y'all so-called look up to start checking y'all. Mm-hmm. Because y'all look up to R&B singers. Y'all look up to them women. See, when them women start using their platforms to help heal instead of destroy, you watch. We're going to see it, fellas. Watch. Watch. Shout out to my brother Zuma Duma. Salute. Zuma says, female accountability department, stand up. Exactly. Shout out to Kelly Price. Shout out to Kelly Price. Shout out to Monique. Monique spoke on this too. How black women treat each other. How black women don't respect each other, but demand respect from black men. But black men watch them stomp each other in the head outside of clubs, beat each other half to death, but want some respect. Monique spoke about this too. Monique spoke about it too. Why do you think a lot of black women don't like Monique? Why? Why y'all think that? Why y'all think that? Why y'all think they don't like her? You'll never hear Beyonce say anything like this. Because Beyonce's job is to break your family up. Beyonce's job is to keep you hating yourself. That's her job. She gets paid to convince black women to be a fake independent woman while she married. She told you put your nigga shit in the box to the left, but Jay-Z cheated on her and she stayed married to him. You see what Beyonce taught you? You thinking she teaching you to be independent. No, she teaching you to be an idiot. Because she ain't leave her husband for cheating. She didn't put his shit in the box to the left. She didn't do this. So she's using her influence to help destroy black women. That's what Beyonce's doing. She telling you to leave your man. She ain't leave her nigga yet. Why y'all not saying nothing to Beyonce about this? She told you if a nigga can't pay your bills, if he can't pay your automobile, you don't need to be with him. Beyonce works for her fucking family. She's a slave. Jay-Z got her slaving. Why y'all ain't got nothing to say to Beyonce about this? Why y'all not speaking up against Beyonce? How she been lying to black women all these years? Telling you to do some shit that she will never do. She'll never leave Jay-Z. Shout out to my brother, the underrated one. Underrated Darkness says, my late mother have a saying, women hold other women who is wrong. Stand on it. Exactly. 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 Brownie says, my man always had my back and protected me more than the girls. Exactly. Because that's what men do. That's what we do. A lot of times we protect y'all from yourselves. And y'all be looking for that. That's why y'all voluntarily go do dumb shit and expect a man to come and save you. Because you want us to protect us from you, from yourself. But guess what, fellas? I'm here to tell you. That's why we dying early. Because we putting too much on ourselves. We can't protect nobody from themselves. It's either they listen or they don't. And the consequences that come from that comes from that. There is no protecting your woman from herself, saving her from herself. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. You're going to fuck around and give yourself cancer. Stressing yourself about something that's not your job. That is not your job. That is not the job of any man. So don't run yourself raggedy, fellas, doing this. This is why I'm saying, and I'm doing this show. Look how the chickens came home to roost. So now to the men in the space, can we move on and talk about man shit and stop talking about women all day? What is the highlight of manhood? Having a wife? That's the highlight of being a man? Of what you could do for a woman? Because for this to be a man space, we always talking about women. For this to be a man space, we always doing what women do, which is talk about the opposite sex. Because that's what women do in their space. Sit around and talk about men all day. Why are we doing that if we men? You know why women always want to eavesdrop on men's conversations? Because they want to hear the business shit we talking about. They want to hear about what we doing. They don't want to hear about women. They listen to men's conversations to get game. That's the whole reason for women being around men. They want to get some tips and some tricks to the game. So they can add that to their repertoire and what they do in business. They not coming here listening to men talk. They don't want to hear that shit, fellas. They want some game. They want some information. They not here to listen to us talk about, well, you know, they mothers and nigga, shut up. Shut up. They want to hear men talk man shit. Like when they was little girls and they used to go and eavesdrop at the door when the men in the room talking. They want to hear what they talking about. They want to see the money on the table. They want to hear and see man shit. They come here and hear men talking a bunch of female shit and how they want to help women. Oh, this is what we can do for women. This is how we supposed to be for women. That ain't man shit. They don't want to hear that. You think women want to hear that? You think women want to hear men pandering? A bunch of panda bears. Shout out to Kwafi Nino. A bunch of panda bears. Well, you know, fellas, once we get our stuff together and we get right with the Lord, then we could be good men for these women. Nigga, shut up with that. Shut up with that shit. Stop that. That's pandering. You pandering. You pandering. So men only need to become better in life for women. So I never do nothing in my life for me. You see this? Y'all think women don't hear this? Y'all think these women not hearing y'all pandering? So men need to go become better for a woman. Because at some point, he's supposed to go and acquire a woman and give her all the shit he's accumulated. And that's the standard of a man. How much you could give away makes you a man. That's what you niggas be saying. How much you can accomplish and give to somebody else. That's what you niggas be saying. That you ain't a man until you able to give away certain shit to a woman. All the shit you work for. She ain't work for none of it. She ain't sweat not one day for it. What Drake said, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. This is why we need more female content creators that's not afraid, like Kelly Price, to get up here and say what needs to be said to black women. So what if they get triggered? Won't y'all have the conversation with the triggered women? Because all these triggered women want to talk to men. I don't want to talk to you. Go talk to a woman. Go tell that shit to a woman. I don't want to hear it. Go tell it to her. Go get help from her. I don't know what it is to be a girl. Go talk to her. But it ain't enough women doing this. Because you know what a lot of black women are saying? I ain't wasting my time doing that. I'ma mind my business. But then y'all same women who want to mind y'all business get online and tell black men how we need to check black men. You see that? You see that? I'm a proponent of checking men. I was the first content creator in the black manosphere checking men of my era. It was me. It was me. I made that popular, checking men. That's why you black women could come online and say, men need to check men. Yeah, because who started that? Who started that? Who started, let's stop talking about women and build men? Who started that? Talking about brotherhood, agency. Ain't got nothing to do with women. Because a woman benefits from a well-developed man. She don't make him. She benefits from him. She benefits from him. You don't make no good man. That man was a good man for you met him. And he gonna be a good man if he leave your ass. So don't stop all that bullshit. You ain't make no good man. I was a good man before you met me. And I was a good man when you met me. That's why you allowed yourself to get chose. That's why you chose me. Woman. But see, now that we got a solid woman like Kelly Price, FBA, Kelly Price is attractive. Kelly Price is talented. Kelly Price is accomplished. And what are they doing to Kelly Price right now? Black women are trying to tear this black woman down. They're trying to tear this black woman down. All because she's telling the truth. And because she's tired of it. There's a lot of black women that's tired of it. They're tired of it, man. They tired of that shit. It's sad. And a lot of them are going to start speaking out on it even more. Shout out to Erica LaShan. What's up, Erica? I think this was like 2 weeks ago. Taylor did a show. I think it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, probably 2 weeks ago. And she asked the question of, she was basically talking about how the good black girl, the black girl who grew up a certain way, who's not your typical hood girl. And how those girls are ostracized by other girls, by other women. How they don't have no place amongst women from the time they were young girls. Because they wasn't fast, because they wasn't allowed to listen to rap music, because they wasn't drinking and smoking cigarettes early. There's a whole group of black women, a whole demographic of black women who've never felt accepted by black women. There's a whole demographic who's totally been shunned by Black women. And she did a show about it, talking about it. But I notice how conversations like that fly right under the radar. Because when women start speaking out on shit and it's time to make a change for things, quiet. Because it's quiet means we ignoring it. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, you right, but whatever. Whatever, girl. Ain't shit gonna change. These niggas gonna be these niggas. So what? That's how I am. I'm gonna die. I woke up like this. You know, dumbass songs like that reinforces the trauma. I woke up like this. Yeah, you woke up disrespectful and nasty and rude. You woke up like that. You woke up like that. You woke up like that. Yep. And that's a good thing, right? No, that's somebody else's fault. That's somebody else's fault that you woke up nasty and rude and with an attitude. That's somebody else's fault. Right? No, Kelly Price is saying it's our fucking fault. And we need to do something about it. And the first steps to healing is what? Admitting you have a problem. Admitting you have a problem. And what did Kelly Price just do? Kelly Price just told the world Black women got a problem. And we have a problem with each other. We have a hatred problem between one another. We hate each other. We don't rock with each other. We do a lot of foul shit to each other. You see? This is why a lot of Black women quiet. Because it's, if I don't say nothing and I ignore it, it never happened. See, that's another programming and conditioning that happened to Black women. If I ignore it, it never happened. If I don't give credence to it, it never happened. It never happened. I don't know what she talking about. Play stupid. Play stupid. Mm-hmm. It ain't never, no, I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, do you know you can suppress some of your thoughts to the point where you'll believe something never happened? Because that's how the brain works. A lot of y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't know about cognitive thinking and cognitive reasoning. You don't know how your brain works. Because you've never studied the brain. You never studied psychology. You don't know the brain. You don't know that your brain is designed to block out things. It's called blocking, mental blocking. Mm-hmm. That's what makes therapy good. Because a therapist is trained to have you go back in your mind. And you start remembering those things you blocked out. Mm-hmm. Because your mind blocked it out for survival. See, survival mode is a real thing. That's in psychology. Survival mode, that's a real thing. I will survive. Who sung that song? A Black woman, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. I will survive. Survival mode. Survival mode. So your mind will block things out. So you can keep going. so you can survive. Yeah. Tell them, yes, cognitive dissonance. Yes, Erica. Yes, Kari. Yes, Zuma. It's called cognitive dissonance. Mhm. Where we can't make the connection. And guess what? And when you're conditioned a certain way, you're trained to never make the connection. So what they tell you is just forget about it. See, this is how monsters are created in society. See that? You condition them to have cognitive dissonance. So instead of them fighting to understand, they get frustrated and just say F it and forget about it. And not understanding that that has created a whole nother wound when you don't want to address it. Because now you done put a wound on top of a wound. Now you done put a Band-Aid on top of something you need stitches. And you just keep putting Band-Aids on it. You don't realize your wound's still bleeding. It's bleeding through the Band-Aid because you need stitches. But you just keep blocking. Band-Aids. Band-Aids. How many times you think you're going to put a Band-Aid on it for the goddamn Band-Aids lift and your whole womb is open and still bleeding? Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Hey, Cynical. Shout out to the Cynical one in the building. Good morning. Good to see you, Sin. What up, Raj? Shout out to Raj in the building. Salute. Erica says, tell him, did you obtain your master's yet? Nope. I graduate November of next year with my bachelor's, Erica. And then a year after that, I'll receive my master's. Yep. November 2026. And I will be live streaming the entire day of my graduation. November of next year. Hey, Classy Creole. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole in the building. We got a top lovely lady mod in here. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You see? And Kelly Price is trying to wake Black women up. Pay attention to how we treat each other. That's all she's saying. Like I try to get men to focus on in this space. Let's focus on men. Let's focus on building each other as men. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on how we talk to each other, how we communicate with one another, how toxic we are to one another. Instead of talking about the opposite sex, because that ain't nothing but deflection. That ain't nothing but deflection. But what about what these women do, DS1? What that got to do with you being a man? Don't you stand up and piss, or do you sit down and piss? So why you talking about what women do? Women sit down and piss. You stand up and piss. So what you talking about, bro? I'm just saying, nigga, you ain't saying nothing. You trying to switch the subject because you don't like to hear nothing about yourself, brother. You don't like to hear nothing about yourself. You can't take correction. Then you ain't no man, nigga. Then you ain't no man. If another man can't come to you that you got respect for and he got respect for you and he can't pull your coat, you ain't no man, bro. You still a little boy. You still in your feelings. You still think only your father could talk to you. You still a little boy. You just a baby boy. You still a baby boy. You still like Tyrese and Baby Boy. That's who you are. Jody. You're still Jody. You're Jody. Remember when Ving Rhames was trying to telling them man shit, and he didn't like Ving Rhames because he didn't grow up with a daddy, so he didn't know how to take correction from a man? Little Jody. It's a lot of grown-ass men around here that's like Jody. That's why they don't talk about man shit. They always want to relegate it to a woman. Always need to talk about what men need to be doing for women. No, how about you talk about what men need to be doing for themselves? How about we get some of that information? Just like it's backwards and senseless for women to do shows talking about men and what men need to step up and do. That's stupid to do. Why? Because if you ain't got a man that's stepping up and doing all the shit that you saying men should be doing, then why aren't you figuring out how to get a man like that? See, if we really trying to fix something, if we're really trying to fix the Black community, then we have to talk about practical things. We can't keep talking about theory and what sounds good and what's going to make people feel. No, we need practicality. What to do, what not to do. Why shouldn't we be doing this? Why did we do it? Why did we do this as a man? Why did we pick these type of women? Why do we like these type of women? Why do we like having sex with these type of women? Why do we like abusing these type of women? Why do we accept abuse from these type of women? Yeah, it's called practicality. Practical conversations, not theory. Red pill, blue pill, black pill. That's theory talk. That's theory. That's not practical. That's theory. That's theory. Well, I'm a black pill man. No, you're not. You just attracted to the information that comes with that theory. You ain't black pill because you still having sex with women. Black pill men don't have sex with women. Black pill men are monks. And they're recluse of women. Real black pillars, they don't even deal with women. See that? So you still want to live your life through a theory? That's why I don't promote theories over here. Heal before you build is not a theory. Heal before you build is practicality. It's something you have to do every day. Every day. Every single day is something you have to do. Shout out to TSTV in the building. Shout out to my man Mac Mean. What up, Mac? I know this ain't Mac Mean. Shout out to Emotional D, TSTV. But shout out to my man Mac Mean, man, in TSTV. Those my guys, man. How you doing, Bridget M? Perfectly Imperfect says life's about change and choices. And if you're not going to, I can't understand. You gotta spell all your words out. Perfectly Imperfect. Gotta spell all your words out. Venus says the therapy education definitely been shining through the content lately. I appreciate that, Venus. I appreciate that. She says, I love that for you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support, man. What up, Kane? Shout out to my man Kane the God, man. Shout out to you, my brother. Hope all is well, bro. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, bro. Salute to you. Kane the God says you've been blowing these spaces up with that lingo, God. Salute to you, my brother. Salute, man. Salute. Shout out to my man Mac, man. What up, Mac? Salute, bro. Venus says, I'm God pill. Whatever pill he has, I want. I like that. I like that, Venus. I like that, Venus. You might need to make some t-shirts for the women in your sector. That might need to be a thing amongst the women. God pill. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. Hey, fellas, don't take that from her. Let Venus live. God pill. You need to promote that in your space, Venus. Real talk. I see you developing a nice, godly woman atmosphere, and you're part of a nice little group of women who's seeking salvation and who really want peace and love and prosperity in their life. I see that's what you're doing right now, Venus. Now, I'm gonna say maybe a year or so ago, you was on some other type of stuff. But praise God, thank the Lord that you got your mind right, and you starting to see things different. And I appreciate that, Venus. And I think you need to take that God pill over there with those women, and y'all need to start promoting that. Get y'all some t-shirts every time y'all come on stream. Make sure y'all have y'all God pill shirts. You know what I'm saying? Start promoting that amongst the women. Good morning, Naomi. Shout out to you. Start promoting that to the ladies. Start promoting that to the ladies. What up, Illa? Shout out to my man Illa in the building. Salute. But this wake-up call, this is a wake-up call for Black women, man. Now, I know Kelly Price is no Beyonce, so some women are going to say, whatever. But to the women that's of a certain age, especially the millennial women, I'm not really talking about the older women. I'm talking about the millennials. The millennials. Listen to what Kelly Price said. Because this is the work of your generation of women. See, a lot of us like to talk about generations, and we like to sit up and we like to bomb on each other from being from different generations, but we don't understand that every generation was programmed to do a certain thing. Every generation was designed to create a certain effect on the next generation. See, the reason why we're called the millennial generation is because the millennials is the generation that was supposed to change everything. See, our generation as millennials, we were supposed to not suffer from the trauma like the previous generations. We were supposed to be what was new. We were the first new generation. That's why we're called the millennials. We was the first one to have computers. It was us. We started instant messaging, direct messaging. That started with millennials. That didn't start with Gen X. That started with us in the year 2000. Yeah. That started with us. AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, Yahoo Messenger. That started with us, the millennials, not Gen X. Gen X started text messaging. Text messaging is not DMs. Text messaging isn't IMs. Remember before it was called get down in a DM? we was telling girls to instant message me, hit me on my AIM. Remember that, fellas? Hey, club, remember that? We was telling girls, yo, hit me on Yahoo Messenger, hit me on AIM. Now we tell women to hit me in the DM, direct message. It went from instant message to direct message. That shit started with us. That started with us. That started with us. Venus says, what I've learned is we are all guilty in perpetuating pain amongst each other, sometimes unintentionally. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we do it unintentionally because of the conditioning. We've been conditioned a certain way. So we don't pay attention. We don't pay attention. Illa says, thinking and believing in what your grandma and grandpa who couldn't read believes cannot help you today. You telling the truth. We were supposed to influence, not follow. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. We were supposed to be the new innovators. You see? See, the Gen X generation, they still part of the old fold. They're still part of the old way. The millennials were supposed to come in and change all this shit up. The millennials were supposed to come in and say, I'm not following this bullshit family tradition. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. No. I'm not having children at 14. I'm not going to be running around here with 8 baby mothers. I'm not running around here promoting drug dealing and pimping. See, our generation was supposed to stop that. This is why they gave us the goddamn computer, to change our mind. That's what we were supposed to do. Little do we know. Little do we know. What up, Brother Love? Shout out to my man, the Brother Love show in the building. Salute. Salute. Pete Beepers on deck in my time. Yeah, Gen X. You a Gen Xer, perfectly imperfect. Zuma says us Gen Zs get freaky on FaceTime. See, y'all are a different generation, bro. and a Zuma. And I would have to blame us millennials for y'all doing stuff like that. Because it's our fault that y'all generation misuses the internet. It's our fault, bro. Venus says, yes, that toxic shit we grew up in is normal. Come on. That's why I always say, Venus, instead of us having the gender conversation, as far as just men and women, let's have a conditioning conversation. If we're going to have a gender conversation, let's speak on how boys are conditioned versus how girls are conditioned. Because that's the source of our problems, our conditioning. Third says, I had an aim in middle school. And then once I got to high school, that's when MySpace and Facebook got popping. Absolutely. Absolutely, Third. Absolutely. That's a fact. Snapple facts. Absolutely. Sin says, I'm a couple of years removed from Gen X, so I have views from both generations. I believe millennials have that. Especially if you have uncles and stuff that's Gen X. Like me, All my uncles are Gen X. So I learned a lot of stuff from my uncles. I got my musical taste from my uncles. Venus says millennials still speaking against therapy and mental health. Them old ass beliefs need to go. There you go. There you go. Because that came from the older generations. Don't tell nobody your business. That mean don't go to therapy. That mean don't go get no help. That's what that means. That's what that means. King Spectives. What's up, King Spectives? Sin says, I did break a couple of generational trends in juvenile, though. Third says the average age women are having babies nowadays are in their late 20s and early 30s. Yep. Yep. Erica says, I'm Gen X, but my mother had me at 32 and was married. Wow. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. 32. Shout out to her. And blessings to your mom. I hope she's still alive, Erica. Absolutely, Kane. Kane said it's a reunion. Yeah, salute, bro. Salute, man. Salute, man. I had got a little bit of information about you a couple of months ago, you know, because your bro support me, man. DMW Shots. Shout out to my man Shots, man. Shots by Shots. Shout out to my man DMW Shots, man. Yeah, he let me know you was good, Kane. I didn't even know the connection, bro. But he told me, he was like, yeah, Kane good. He just been falling back. So it's good to see you, my brother. It's good to see you, bro. Zuma says for the Gen Zs, we get cell phones. We got cell phones and AI, and we be getting into some stuff. But again, Zuma, y'all only get into stuff because y'all are curious. It's the same thing that happened with us, bro. Do you know that the millennials, we're the first generation to watch pornography on the internet? You know that, right? The millennial generation is the beginning of porn sites. Porn sites started in the late 90s. The sites started in the late 90s. Remember, you only could watch porn on TV back in the day, or you had Playboy magazines or Blacktail magazines. It was television. We were the generation to start watching porn on the computer. It was the millennials, y'all. It was the millennials. So I blame us, bro. We didn't teach y'all. Because we didn't know how to use it correctly. So we misused the internet. We misused technology. Man, I still remember in high school, we used to go to the sites and look at all the female wrestlers. We used to go to the sites and see them in bikinis and shit when we was in 9th grade. Looking at Trish Stratus and all of them. It started with us, bro. It started with us. Venus says, I agree the conversations are redundant. And ATP hindering our progress. So many other issues in the community that got us to this gender BS. Absolutely. Absolutely. Honestly, Venus, I'm going to say this. I think that us being conditioned as Black people to not talk about our problems, especially to one another as men and women, That's what actually created the gender war, because we weren't taught to sit down and talk to each other. We were actually conditioned to sit down and to talk at one another. Just to sit down and tell each other things, not to sit down and gain a understanding. So I think that is why the gender war has lasted so long and has been so strong. Because now it has become entertainment to watch black men and black women sit down and attack one another. And then at the end just say, "Oh, we're just having a conversation." No, y'all was just playing in each other's trauma. But y'all not going to admit that. What's up, Larry Griffs? Yeah, Larry Griffs. Yeah, goodbye. I know you got an Uber. Somebody gave you a nice Uber. Erica says she's 84 now. Yeah, that's why I said God bless her. I know you ain't no spring chicken, Erica. You Gen X. You ain't no spring chicken. What goes on in the house stays in this house. Forever rules. Yep, that's called trauma. Whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. That's called abuse. You know what else that's called today? You know what else that's called today? That's called forced labor. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Smokey Robinson was telling his maids. What go on in his house, stay in his house. And he was abusing them women. And what was happening to us when we was told that shit? We were being abused. See that? And it was passed on through generations and made to seem like it was something part of the family. It is part of the family. Abuse. And nobody talks about it because you were trained not to. See that? This is why now it's hard for black people to go to therapy, because you already been taught not to tell nobody your business, because that's what you think you doing. When this person ain't got no dog in the fight. They ain't got no dog in the fight listening to your life. They get paid to help you. That's it. They don't get paid to judge you. But that's what you was told. That's why you don't go talk to people. See that? And then you walk around and say, don't nobody want to help black folk, when you've been running around to help your whole life. This is that bullshit pro-black narrative that I don't promote on my channel. Oh, black people can't get this type of help, and black people don't have these resources, and black people don't look for them. Because black people was conditioned not to look for help. Because black people was taught they got to do every goddamn thing themselves. See that? So it ain't no resources out here for us. Did you look for them? Did you look? Do you know a lot of black people don't even know that you could go get a goddamn therapist and you got Medicaid? A lot of people didn't even know that. A lot of black folks think you need 6 figures to go see a goddamn therapist. That's what a lot of black folks believe. Oh, I need money to talk to a therapist. No, you don't. You need a Medicaid card. You got Medicaid, brother? Stop being ashamed to be on Medicaid and go get your health together. See? While you're sitting on here letting a bunch of nobodies make you feel less of yourself, because that's how they feel about themselves. Because see, don't think because a person is doing better than you in life that they actually doing better than you in life. Yeah, don't let that go over your head. This is why people will get up and go out their way to disparage other people, because this is how they feel about their life. You see? See, because you got some people, black people, that money is the least of their problems. See, money may be your big problem. Money may be your obstacle. It ain't every black person's obstacle. Some people have character flaws. Some people just ain't shit. Some people are not good people. You see that? This is what Kelly Price is talking about. How there's a lot of black women who was raised to not be good people. That's what she's talking about. That's why she said your degree don't mean you a decent woman. Your education ain't gonna get your ass into heaven. That's why she said this. Because she's talking about people's character, who they really are. Not who they portray to be, who they really are. See, because all that other shit is a mask. I got a degree, I got this, I got that. What's that? What is that gonna mean? When you get around a man and he gonna see the real you. You think because you got a job and you quote unquote got your shit together, when you get around a man, he gonna see the flaws. He gonna see it. If he a man, he gonna see that shit. He gonna see right through your little fake facade of you having a Louis bag, and he gonna see right through that shit. A real man. A real man, he gonna see right through it. Because real men know that all that shit is a cover-up, like your makeup. It's a cover-up. You wear makeup because you're covering up something. Yeah, that's why you need all that expensive shit too, because you covering up something. You covering up something. Men know this. It's the same shit with men. Same shit with men. We know you doing all that because you're lacking somewhere, brother. Confidence is not the clothes you wear and the name that's on the clothes. That don't give you confidence. If clothes give you confidence, you ain't got none. See? You ain't got no confidence. If an expensive bag make you feel cute, then you don't feel cute at all. Then you don't feel cute at all. See? This is the shit that Kelly Price is calling black women out for. Who they are as people, not what they do in society. Not where you went to school at, not where you work at, not what you drive, not where you vacation, none of that superficial bullshit. Who are you? You're a nasty individual. You're disgusting. You're rude and you're disrespectful. And to add icing on the cake, you all of that to other women. You notice she ain't say shit about the men. She said, y'all are like this to us. Narky. Think because you got an education, you could talk down to other women. This is what she talking about. This is what she talking about. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. This is what she talking about. Just walk around and just a rude, vile individual. This is what she talking about. Venus says she was not lying. How you doing, Clever? Shout out to Clever Creatrix. Taylor says, very mean-spirited. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of mean women. And they think that's cool. Classy says she's telling the truth. Yeah, because a lot of women are ostracized by other groups of black women because they don't want to accept this shit. They don't want to accept it. Taylor says, no one will ever shame me for shopping at Ross. Ross has all types of fly-ish. Exactly. Because clothes don't make you fly. It's the goddamn person. You think clothes make you fly? You think clothes make you fly? I learned that from young. It ain't the clothes, it's the person. Clothes don't make you fly. You are fly. You, not clothes. You supposed to be fly. What makes you fly is how you look in your clothes and your whole demeanor. That's what's fly. The clothes ain't what's fly. It's you, the person in the clothes. That's why I be looking at these girls with all this expensive shit, and I just be laughing at them. Because you trying hard. And I know you trying hard because you don't even look good in the shit. So what if you got a Louis bag? So what? So what? Who cares? And oh, I don't date these types of niggas because I got a Louis bag. You sound stupid. We just saw Cardi B eating in goddamn Chili's. Yeah. Oh, why y'all didn't put that video up? Cardi B is broke. She's eating at Chili's with her kids. Because Offset already told us she don't cook. Mm-hmm. Still talking that bag talk, right? Cardi eating at Chili's. But y'all black women who ain't got nowhere near as much money as Cardi B will tell a man you don't eat at your Cheesecake Factory. Cardi B eating at Chili's. Do you know Chili's and Applebee's is on the same level? But your regular ass, you ain't a celebrity. Your regular ass tell a regular man where you not gonna eat at. And Cardi B is in Chili's with her kids. You see how stupid y'all are? And the shit that y'all say out y'all mouth, how it make y'all look stupid? She's eating at Chili's, but you get on the internet and tell a man you won't go to the Cheesecake Factory. See how you're embarrassing yourself, ladies? You must don't know about me. Yeah, keep believing that dumb shit. That's why y'all at the breaking point. That's why y'all haven't. You think Beyonce could go get another Jay-Z? I can have another you in a minute. No, they wrote that song for y'all, so you don't have a man. So you could tell your man that's busting his ass every day that he must don't know about you, and you can replace him because she can't replace Jay-Z. See how stupid y'all are? See how y'all fell for that? She can't. What woman can replace Jay-Z in her life? Name them. Who she gonna go get? Who she gonna go be with after Jay-Z? Beyonce been with Jay-Z since she was 15. In case you didn't know. Yeah. She been with this man 25 years, damn near 30 years of her goddamn life. Who she replacing from Jay-Z? And had all y'all black women singing that dumb shit. Singing that dumb ass shit. Knowing she can't replace Jay-Z. Who she gonna replace Jay-Z with? Huh? Go ahead and get gone. Y'all thought she kicked Jay-Z out. Jay-Z. See, y'all keep letting yourselves be programmed and conditioned by broken women. This is what y'all doing. This is what y'all doing. Mm-hmm. What up, Bobby? Shout out to my man OG Bobby Johnson in the building. Salute, OG. Good to see you, bro. Look at Chris. Yo, Beyonce could have whoever she want, honestly. Look how stupid. See what? Stupid. Somebody get Chris a Uber. We ain't playing with none of you dumb. We ain't playing with none of you idiots this morning. Get Chris a Uber. Beyonce can have whoever she wants, honestly. Then why she with Joe Camel? Why she with Jay-Z ugly ass? Huh? What? Shut up, nigga. Cynical says she'll be 44 this month. 44 years old. She been with Jay-Z since she was 15, and she 44. 444. 444. Yep, she's stuck in a box. Yeah, Beyonce. You stuck with Jay-Z. You ain't gonna leave Jay-Z till he die or go to jail. How many of you black women been stuck in a relationship like Beyonce, where you feel trapped in that 444? In that box. Yeah. How many of y'all? Oh, okay. What up, Monjay? Shout out to Monjay11. Yeah. Let's talk. Kelly Price is telling black women, hey, black women, it's time for us to heal from all that bullshit we went through. Black women, we hate one another. Why we keep talking about men? This is what Kelly Price talking about. The same sentiments I was echoing to men in this space. Why the hell we keep talking about women? When, nigga, you knew you was horny. How you gonna blame her with your horny ass? Yeah, same thing. It's called accountability. It's called accountability. It's called responsibility. Something that a lot of these women didn't grow up with. See, responsibility ain't just cleaning up. See, some of these black women, that's all they was taught when it come to responsibility. Go to work and clean your house. No, there's other responsibility. Yeah. Did you know that? No. You ain't responsible for what come out your mouth, are you? Because it's about what somebody made you say. Right? Yeah, responsibility doesn't matter in other areas of your life, black woman, because that's what you was taught. Go to work and keep your house clean. Those are your responsibilities. What? So now we have a black woman here who has realized the source of her goddamn trauma. And she realized that a lot of black women are suffering the same goddamn way from the same shit. And guess what she decided to do? Call black women to the floor. Let's talk about how we treat each other. Sister. Queen. All this queen talk, but who treats you like a queen? You were queen in the beginning of the night, but by the end of the night, you the B word. Yeah, when y'all get to drinking, now you the B word. Before the drinks came out and the hookah came out, you was a queen. Now y'all get to drinking, y'all get to dancing, niggas are around. Now you a B. Now you the B word. Huh? Let's talk about that. See, that's what Kelly Price wants y'all to talk about. Not me. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. That's woman shit. You do whatever you want to do. But Kelly Price is letting it be known. We want to sit up here and talk about everything else but our own shit. We want to talk about everybody else shit, what everybody else not doing, what everybody else supposed to be doing. But we ain't talking about our shit. We ain't talking about what we need to be doing. We ain't talking about what we need to fix. Black women ain't doing that. They talking about what somebody else need to fix for them. This is what Kelly Price is exposing. That black women hate each other. Y'all hate each other. Yeah. Y'all hate each other. See, Kelly Price just had enough heart to come out and say it. Because a lot of y'all were taught not to speak against women. Yeah, let's talk. A lot of y'all was raised to never speak bad about a woman. Throw it off on a nigga. Throw it off on a nigga. Don't never say what you did wrong. Always talk about what somebody made you do. But nobody can make you apologize. See that? See that shit? They'll always say what somebody made them do that was wrong, but nobody can never make them do nothing right. This is what Kelly Price is saying. Black women are rude, nasty, and the most disrespectful people on the planet. This is why she said it. This is why she said that shit. She said it to trigger y'all. So you could wake up and realize how disrespectful and rude you are. And stop thinking, this is me. I'ma always be me. Yeah, you're gonna always be disrespectful and nasty. Yeah, you don't want to accept that part of it. I'ma always be me. See, you got that self-pride, that foolish, you got that shit from them old women in your family. They taught that shit. I'ma just be me. You got that from them older women in your family who was hard-headed and rebellious. And a lot of them did what? Died lonely. They died lonely for rebelling against everything in life. Oh, you gonna do that too. And then you're going to promote it to the next generation and to the next generation and to the next generation. But then as black folk, we want to get on the internet and say, what's wrong with the black community? What's wrong with the black community? Forgetting that what makes up a community? Households. What makes up households? Families. So the household is messed up because the family dynamic is messed up. That's why the goddamn community is messed up. But when you want to start having these types of conversations, oh, DS1, oh, man, man, we ain't got to go there, though. We ain't got to do all that, though. But there's never a limit on the disrespect for one another. See, we don't need to talk about certain things because it's too personal, but there's never a limit on how personal you get with your disrespect. I done watched you black women get on here and talk about each other, kids and all types of shit. See, there's no limit to the disrespect. Between y'all, there's no limit. But there's a limit when it's time to get personal. You know, when it's time to look within, but when it's time to get personal with the disrespect, there's no limit. There's no limit. But you ain't gonna tell your business. But you'll get up here and disrespect somebody else, another woman, and tell their business. but you ain't gonna tell yours. Yeah. You see how that don't make no sense? Yeah, you see how that don't add up? You won't voluntarily get up here and tell your business to other women so you can help heal yourself and so other women could provide you agency. You rather get up here and tell another woman's business in a form of disrespect. You see this? This is what Kelly Price is talking about. You won't come together as Black women and have a therapy session, but you'll come together as Black women to destroy another one. And this is the same shit Black men was doing in the Black manosphere. This is the same shit the Black men was doing. Niggas won't come together to talk about what hurt us as men, but we'll come together and talk about how we enjoy hurting and embarrassing women. Nah, nigga, that ain't me. That ain't me, bro. That ain't me, bro. That ain't me. I'm going to speak against that. I'm going to speak against that because I'm about progress. I'm not about destruction. That's easy. That's easy. I pray that I don't go into that mindset of destruction. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all, the most hardest thing to do is to be positive in this world. You know how easy it is for somebody to just snap? You know how easy that is? You know how easy it is for me to come up here and to galvanize brothers and get us to come together to do some bullshit? Because a lot of us are already inclined to that. You know how hard it is to get brothers to say, we're going to do something different? You know how hard that is? Venus says, I'll be honest with you. We don't get too personal on here because we know there are men waiting to embarrass you about it late. See? This is why I've made it clear that men should stop talking about women. If we're not talking about how we're going to fix our own mistakes when it comes to women. See, if we not going to have that conversation, we ain't having no conversation about women. Clever says the manosphere is only to coddle men. Absolutely. Absolutely, Clever. That's a fact. Zero accountability. Facts. I know that personally. That's a fact, Clever. Third says women will embarrass you too for being too personal. Venus, it ain't just the men, but I see your point. Facts. Venus knows that. Venus knows that. All of these women know that. One of the most scariest things a Black woman doesn't want to be called in today's time is a pick-me. These women don't want to be called pick-me's. They know. They know, third. They don't want to be called pick-me's. Your trauma will be content. You know why, Venus? Because these niggas are afraid to make their own trauma content because they ain't men. See, because if you scared to make your own trauma content, then you ain't a man that's looking in the mirror. See that? This is why I'm opposed to men always talking about women all day. Nigga, do you get up and look in the mirror at yourself? How the hell you have countless hours of you just talking about women, bro? Did you even look in the mirror today? Did you call one of your bros and check on one of your bros? If you got a son, did you check on your son? What, how does this happen? From men. Why are you so afraid to talk about you? Are you ashamed of yourself? Oh, nah, you private. My bad. You private. You private. You private. My bad, bro. Some of y'all are just private. Yeah. Some of y'all are just private. Some of y'all are almost private. Y'all just private. Bama B. What's up, Bama B? What's going on? Venus says she's guilty. She says she's guilty. He says, you mean Kelly Price, who's somebody get him out of here. Might get that bozo out of here too. That's a bozo. Bridget M says, not only men, women do it too. Women do it too. How you doing, Noble Grace? Ephesians 5:22 and 23. Wives, submit to your husbands. What's your point? What's your point, Noble Grace? Shout out to the residential OG. Shout out to the OG Elisino. Salute, OG. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that's in the building, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my man Ant, man. Shout out to you, Ant. Ant tripled up today. Thank you so much, my brother. Ant says, unfortunately, since this is against sisterhood code, Kelly's file will be opened and embellished. If that doesn't work, her support will be attacked. Facts. Shout out to my brother Ant T, man. Tripling up today on a super chat. Thank you so much, bro. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm going to read a couple of more of y'all comments and then we're going to wrap it up. Club says, feminism and the manosphere are both for coddling and gatekeeping, and also robbing the youth of living life and individual thought. Facts. 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 It's social programming programs. It's for social conditioning. Facts. What's up, Irby? What's going on? Erica says, can somebody please tell me what is a pick-me? I like to cater to my man. I'm spoiled and I like to spoil. Am I a pick-me? I don't agree with that pick-me stuff, Erica. I don't agree with that stuff at all. That's something that women came up with, Erica. That's something women picked up. I don't agree with the pick-me stuff at all. Big dog, women been dragging men on daytime television since the 80s. We can't get a break. Hey, bro, I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. It was to condition black women to where they are now, bro. I don't disagree with what you're saying. And I don't think the women in my chat room disagree either. A lot of black women is learning that a lot of the things that a lot of us was saying as black men was true. But I think it will resonate more with black women if black women were saying it. You see what I mean? Just like men hear things differently from men than they hear it from women. Shout out to Bama B. Shout out to the OG, man. Salute, OG. He says 100. Shout out to you, OG. I appreciate you, man, as always. Shout out to the residential OG, Elisino. Venus says, no, Erica, that's not a pick-me. Yeah, tell her what a pick-me is. Classy says, DS1, Kelly ain't lying. Some black women will have a scowl on their face just because they see a feminine woman being a lady. Ooh, see, Classy Creole, this is why I say black women need to have this conversation, because it's so much dynamics to it that I think some substantial healing could come out these conversations if black women wasn't scared to have them. Look what you just said. That's a conversation in itself, Classy Creole. That's a conversation within itself. That's a whole conversation within itself. That's a whole episode. That's a whole episode, Classy Creole, within itself. That's a whole episode, Venus. That's a whole episode. You could do a whole show. You and a panel full of women could do a whole show just about that. It's so many layers, Cynical. This is why I'm telling men, we need to stay out of this. We need to stay out of this. Let's sit back and watch this shit. Let's sit back and watch. Let's sit back and watch. Let's see what the black women are going to do with this, because black women are being called out by black women. It wasn't no black men who called out black women. This was another black woman. So let's see what happens, y'all. Fellas, don't jump into this. Don't start saying, relax, bro. Let them do this. Let them show who they are to each other. See, because listen, fellas, one thing we know as men, we know each other. We know the dudes who not gonna fight. We know the dudes who are simps for women. We know the dudes that's gonna tell your girl on you. We know dudes. We know dudes. This is why we don't have a problem calling dudes out, calling the suckers out. This is why some of us brothers, I can't say us like I'm generalizing, but I'm going to say us because it's a few of us brothers. Shout out to Illa. Shout out to my brother Auntie. Shout out to Corey Love. You know what I'm saying? It's a few of us who are content creators who never had a problem calling men shit out, because that's what men do. We've been doing that since we was little boys, hanging out with your homeboys. Me and my homeboys, we grew up fighting each other. I'm not saying that that's healthy, right? But we grew up fighting each other. Literally. If we get into an argument, one of us gonna say, throw the hands then. Again, I'm not glorifying this. Again, I'm not glorifying it, because I'm not saying that that was a positive thing. But at the end of the day, it still was some masculine shit. It was still masculine energy. Was it masculine energy that wasn't structured correctly? It may have been, but it still was some masculine shit. We walked around and would tell each other about ourselves from young. Nigga, you lying. Stop lying to her. Like, we've been on that type of time. We know who our friends who are thieves. We know we know. Just like the women know. But it's time for us as men to sit back and enjoy the show. Because fellas, the women been enjoying our shit show for years. Do y'all know there's women who got attracted to YouTube because they heard of the manosphere. And because they've gotten clips of some of the things that go on these panels with men and the shit we be arguing about. Do you know that has attracted thousands of women to the space alone? Let's hear what these niggas arguing about today. Let's hear them arguing about Ari today. And they'll just sit in there and laugh. Just sit there and watch men do the dumb shit we do when we together, right? And they are literally sitting there enjoying themselves. Oh my God, you hear this, girl? These niggas are so stupid. And they laughing. They're laughing. At their cubicles at work, laughing. Laughing. Fellas, guess what? It's our turn. It's our turn. What did Frank White say? You guys got fat while everyone starved. It's my turn. Hey fellas, it's our turn. Look at Sin. Sin says, yeah, I was one of them DS1. See? They are literally sitting in there listening to us laughing. Like, these dudes sound stupid. But guess what now? It's our turn. It's our turn, fellas. Don't get in the way. Don't break up the fight. Let's sit back and watch and enjoy ourselves. Let's get the popcorn, fellas. Go get your popcorn. Go get your Gatorade, your water, your joints, your Black and Milds, your cigars, your Hennessy, your Douce, your Casamigos, and let's enjoy the goddamn show, fellas. Let's enjoy the show. Let's enjoy the show. Let's not add to what Kelly Price said. See, notice I didn't add nothing. All I did was highlight what she was saying and gave reference to it. I'm not adding nothing to that woman said because I don't want no woman saying, see, that's why we don't listen to that shit. Look at all these niggas talking. Because we know that's how women are, fellas. Stop giving them a way out. Let's fall back, get our joints, get our cigars, get our Henny, get our Gatorade, your protein shakes, whatever you enjoy. Let's enjoy the goddamn show. Let's enjoy the show. Let's enjoy the show, fellas. Let's enjoy the show. Why not? Hey, Linda Mays. Good to see you, Linda. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much. Let's enjoy the show, fellas. Shout out to Bama B. Salute, Bama B. Appreciate you, man. Bama B says, I love my people. I just want us to get back to how we used to love on each other and togetherness that we grew up with. I love my people. I do too, my brother. But if you love your people, bro, you'll understand the conditions of your people. The conditioning. The majority of black men, the reason why we marry black women is because we love black women. That's why we marry y'all. That's why no matter what our mamas put us through, grandmas, aunties, girlfriends, whatever, that's why we still end up marrying a black woman. Because we love our goddamn people. Like Bama B said, we love our goddamn people. But guess what, fellas? Guess what? Guess what? It's our turn. It's our turn. Shout out to my brother Ed. Hey, yo, Ed, chill, bro. You've been supporting the whole show, man. Let somebody else support, bro. But salute to you, my brother. He says, more fat sheep, Marshmallows and cigars, fam. There you go. Get your favorite snack and enjoy. And enjoy. And enjoy. Scorpio says, I'm enjoying it. Erica says, I love black men. The majority of black women do. Y'all do. That's why no matter how much all the shit y'all get up here and talk, I know y'all gonna go marry a black man. I ain't got no question. Listen, when it come to that stuff, I think totally different. You know, I don't follow these narratives. But fellas, let's see what happens. Shout out to Kelly Price. Shout out to Kelly Price. I hope you continue with this type of talk, Kelly. Don't let these women discourage you, mamas. Because there's black women who need your message. There's black women who need to know that they have a level of agency from black women like you. There's a lot of black women who don't have that type of representation. Shout out to you. I'm not telling you to be nobody leader, Kelly Price. I'm just telling you that by you stepping up and saying what you're saying, you might be looked at as a leader, especially for a lot of these black women out here who want support and acceptance from other black women. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to let me put the tip in. Salute, bro. Salute. Shout out to everyone for coming through today. If you have financially supported today's show, thank you so much. If you would like to financially support, the PayPal and the Venmo is going across the screen. I'm sorry we're not doing Cash App anymore. I'm sorry we're not doing Cash App anymore. So if you have sent any Cash Apps recently, I will shout you out. But I'm going to let you guys know, stop sending it to that Cash App. Okay? Yes, Kelly Price, the singer, Irby. Matter of fact, before we get up out of here, let me play this video again before we go. We're going to play it again just for Irby. We're going to play the video again just for Irby. Shout out to y'all.
Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who can ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying and you know, Lord, pray for me because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Shout out to my brother Ant. He tapped in again. Hey, Ant, salute, bro. He says, and more whiskey. Shout out to my brother Ant T, man. Y'all heard it. There it is. Shout out to everyone for pulling up. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to y'all. Janet Medina says, I agree. A lot of them are fake. Shout out to you, Irby. Big Ruck in the building. What up, Big Ruck? Kelly Price basically telling them to argue with they mouth. Shout out to Big Ruck, man. Thank you, New York Nikki. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki, baby. A lovely lady mod with her donation. She says, great show, DS1. Thank you so much, New York Nikki. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. OG says, sheesh, social media gonna be the end of us. Man, listen. We could change it around, OG. We could change it around, man. Hashtag the sisterhood ain't shh. Man, shout out to y'all for pulling up this morning. I appreciate y'all. Bama B says, big homie, you'll be seeing more of me. You earned a subscriber today. Hey, salute, Bama B. Shout out to Bama B. Salute to you, fam. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, my brother. You always welcome over here, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate your support. Shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned because we might be back tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned. I don't know. Y'all stay tuned because y'all know I got 2 classes this semester. Definitely got some work to catch up on. My semester will be ending probably in another week and a half. You know, these 5 weeks go by quick, y'all. These 5 weeks go by quick. So these 2 classes that I'm taking, my semester getting ready to end on the 15th, is history and systems, which is history and systems. Basically, history and systems is about how science or how psychology became a science. You know. I ain't gonna get into that because I don't want people to think I'm flexing or whatever. But and my other class is personality. So I'm taking personality this course and history and systems. Those are the 2 classes. All right. So y'all already know I will be showing y'all my grades, letting y'all know what grades I got in both of those classes when the semester ends. And y'all stay tuned, man. I appreciate everyone once again. Shout out to my lovely lady mods for coming through this morning and holding it down. Thank y'all ladies so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to everyone who has supported. Thank you, Scorpio. I appreciate it. I didn't. Sorry, Scorpio. Sorry. I didn't know. But thank you so much, Scorpio. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Scorpio mama. Shout out to my lovely lady Mars that always come through and hold it down as always. Salute to the bros, man. Salute to the bros. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Like I said, man, we'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.